Hey, this is Jason Mraz, and you're listening to ICRT FM 100.
What's up, fan band? I'm Joey. How you doing? And yes, today we're speaking with another artist who's connected through the ether web from either halfway or all the way around the world. And today, I'm excited. It's one of my personal favorites. Love his lyrics, love the energy in his music, and I love how meta and philosophical he gets with his music. Ever since he returned from his personal hiatus about a couple of years ago, he's always come back to the world when we need him the most with positive energy and great vibe in his music. He's like the musical superhero. And so today, yes, we're going to talk about his brand new album, Look for the Good, from Jason Mraz. Hi, Jason.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm very well here in Taiwan. Thank you very much. Let's first talk about the room that you're in.
Okay.
Love it. Is this your studio? Is this where we sing, we dance, we steal things?
Yes, this is my corner of the studio, which is where I work, I write, I think, I play, I record. It's where I kind of build my demos. And then if you could actually see, you can't see on the other side of my computer, but that would be where we bring in the band and we can all sit together and try to figure out how to bring these demos into sort of a real living thing. So we're in the studio. So that's where we are.
All right. Sounds good. So let's talk about what's been going on with you where you are. Are you allowed to go outside? Are you allowed to go to the shops?
Yeah, we can go to the shops. We can venture out. I think we can even gather in, small groups. And, I've even heard up to 50 people can be around, which is wild.
Yep. And of course, that's good to hear. This is also a good time for a lot of musicians to simmer, to really sit on the material that you've been writing the last little while. And it's so great to see more music from you. By the way, the first time we met was quite a few years ago, right about the time when Love is a Four-Letter Word came out. We had a little chat here in Taiwan. So my first question for you is love still a four-letter word? Does the definition of the word has it changed for you?
Love is still very much a four-letter word, and because it's hard, man. It's hard in these days when there's so much sort of unrest, and people are upset, and rightfully so. It's hard to still gather up the sort of foundation to say, what would love do now? And what would and how can I go and still see the enemy as a human being who is also suffering? And how can I help that person awaken so that we can all stop causing more suffering in the world, So what would love do? And it's hard. It is so hard because there is just a lot of obstacles and a lot of reasons to say, screw love, I'm going rogue. So yeah, love's still a four-letter word, but love is still the answer. We can try all other inventions. We can try all other ways to make things seem like they're working. But until we truly love each other and until we truly love ourselves, we won't make the kind of actions or reactions in the world that actually are loving. So
well said. Well said, and amen to that. Yes. And over the last few years, Jason, like I started with the intro, you are like the musical superhero. You come back to us with a new album, with new material when we need you the most. The year 2020 has been crazy, and we're so glad that there is a new album from you. So you went on a personal hiatus a couple of years ago, right? And you drew inspiration from some strange places. For example, the song Have It All was inspired by a Tibetan monk. And that came around the time when we really needed that song to listen to. So do you think that it's somewhat of a coincidence where your journey takes you to places, to inspirations, and then leading to the messages that the world needs to hear the most?
Coincidence? No, I think it's just a matter of listening and as to what's always going on. And the more we see each other and have that empathy, the more we have compassion for others and accept others.
Yep.
But the key word really is empathy.
Yep.
If you can feel what's going on, then you will sing into that place, and you will try to sing a healing to that. And the best way to heal it is just to recognize it, just to see it, just to hear someone and see someone can be so healing and restore someone's dignity and restore faith in themselves. And it gives you also the connection of feeling them and seeing that the light inside of them is deserves to be recognized and shine as brightly as possible. So I sing into that place. That's my gig, and I love it. It's a spiritual journey. It's a roller coaster ride. It's like surfing. But you're surfing the sound waves to see where the song wants to take you.
Yeah.
And I know that life is always developing and unfolding, so it's important to just not be final and always sort of go along with that and see. And for me, I write in a way that helps me learn what I'm learning. You know, I can put in a song all the lessons that I'm learning. So then that song is a nice little package or reminder of what I'm learning right now. For me.
Okay, and you're a very spiritual individual, and we love the journey that you've taken us on along with you. Now, this new album is, speaking of being spiritual, it sounds like it's going to be a very reggae album. So please tell us about it. What made you want to do a full reggae album?
I wanted something you could dance to. I've been trying to figure that out for a long time, and every time we would play a reggae tune on tour, it got us dancing. It got everybody dancing. I said, that's it. I was like, one of these days, I'm just going to make all my songs reggae. Because reggae, everybody all around the world listens to reggae. Yeah. It's got a rhythm and a tone to it that just anybody can get on board with. It's always been an invitation. Join us on the dance floor. Join us in the revolution. Hear these songs. Join us in the spiritual awakening. So reggae is this invitation. Yeah. So we made an album of all reggae songs, and we tapped into a lot of different reggae genres and eras. We have vintage reggae and dance hall. We've got dubby and roots reggae that sings into the revolution that's even happening now. Yeah. And reggae's like any music. It's got its love songs, it's got its existential spiritual songs, and it's got its songs about change and about humanity. So I thought it would be the perfect music to help 2020, because I knew 2020, no matter what, was going to be engaged. It was going to be heated because it's an election year. And that brings up debates. It brings up controversy. Yes. And we need some music to almost, in a way, I don't want to use a negative word. What can I say? Go up against the propaganda that might come out of corporate and political machines. We as artists can go up against that with positivity, with poetry, with music that helps inspire, hopefully, the whole world to dance it out and feel ridiculous through dancing, because dancing's ridiculous. Yeah. And level the playing field. And remember that we're all humans here trying to share the same dance floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. You be who you are, and we hopefully can recognize the difference, but the similarities with each other and between each other. So there's a song that I think really reflects that sentiment. It's called You Do You, where you collaborate with Tiffany Haddish. Now, is that the actor-comedian Tiffany Haddish?
Actor Tiffany Haddish, the actor-comedian, and she is... she has her own foundation called the She Ready Foundation, which is helping young girls on their journey. And I was looking for someone who could, a female voice that could represent the feminine and speak on behalf of the feminine in the song You Do You, which is about, hey, we're all different and we're all sharing the same dance floor. So I recognize that you're you and I'm me, and through that acceptance, we can live in harmony. So let's start there, right? Yeah. And I met her through the LA arts scene. A friend knew her, and I just was such a big fan. And I just had a feeling. I was like, I have a feeling she would want to do this and would be great at it, and she certainly was. Yeah. She's very gracious, very talented, very kind, very funny, as we know. Yeah. But she's also just She's very radical. She's a right on lady.
Yeah, and I love the energy that she brings to the track. This is the one that we've been playing for our listeners, and they love it too. But everyone, remember that the new album from Jason Mraz is out. So look for the good, but I would also say support the good. Right? Jason is someone on his socials. He's very vocal about positive movements, like for example, Black Lives Matter.
I'm participating this weekend as well in Los Angeles. Now's the time to really, the battle is certainly happening, or the awakening, I should say, is happening not just on the streets, but also on the internet. So even if you can't get to an event, you can still help awaken the world by participating online. If you learn something that moves you, pass it on so that more of us can learn, because that's what's happening. The world is starting to realize itself. We're realizing what we're capable of. We're realizing our errors, and we're learning how we can rectify or make good on our errors, right? So as we awaken, we need all the help we can get. I'm excited to be going down to a movement this weekend. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more than 50 people there. So I don't know what the lockdown rules are anymore, but I'm hoping there's 5 million people there. I think it's a time to show up and put your body and your face and your artistic expression on the line and show up and say, we outnumber racism. We outnumber that. And so by showing up that we don't want this in our lives, that it is toxic, that it is harmful and dangerous, let's gather, sing, march, demonstrate love. Let's demonstrate that. So I'm excited to be going to an event this weekend. But if you can't make it to an event, you can do a lot of love still online. So thank you for everyone who's contributing to this awakening.
And if you listen to Jason's album, make sure you don't just celebrate the music, listen to the messages itself, and try to support. And now's the time to really act on positive actions. So, Jason, thank you for the new album. Really appreciate it. And thank you for taking the time to speak with us here at ICRT.
Joey, my pleasure. Thanks for the time.